Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I welcome you to this special press briefing by Secretary West, Sri C.B. George, on Prime Minister's visit to Italy. We also have, for this press briefing, our Ambassador to Italy, Srimati Vani Rao, and we are also assisted in this press briefing by Piyush Srivastav, who looks after Europe West Division in the Ministry of External Affairs. With that, let me hand over the floor to Secretary West. Sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Randhir. Madam Vani Rao, Ambassador, Sri Piyush Srivastava, Additional Secretary, my colleagues, dear friends from the media. I will give an opening remarks and then we will be happy to take questions. Prime Minister of India, Sri Narendra Modi, has been on a visit to Italy for May 19 and 20 at the invitation of the Italian Prime Minister, Madam Meloni. This is Prime Minister Modi's first bilateral visit to Italy and third overall. The Prime Minister is coming at a time when there is significant momentum in our bilateral relationships. Both Prime Ministers have already met 6 times since 2023. The Prime Minister arrived in Rome yesterday evening. He was received by Deputy Prime Minister, His Excellency, Mr. Tajani, at the airport. Prime Minister Meloni hosted dinner for Prime Minister Modi in the evening, during which both leaders had one-on-one meeting focusing on bilateral relations as well as key regional and global developments. Thereafter, the two leaders visited Colosseum, the famous archaeological site in Rome. On arrival at the hotel, Prime Minister was received by members of the Indian community, followed by cultural performances by a group of Italian artists. Today, Prime Minister began his engagements with a call on to the President of the Italian Republic, His Excellency Mr. Sergio Mattarella, at the palace. Both leaders exchanged views on the entire spectrum of our bilateral relations and on global and regional issues of mutual interest. Prime Minister invited President of the Italian Republic to visit India, which has been accepted. Prime Minister held delegation-level talks with Prime Minister Meloni. The two leaders welcomed the strong momentum in bilateral relations and agreed to deepen cooperation across a wide array of sectors, including in trade and investment, defense and security, science and technology, research and innovation, space, energy, AI and critical technologies, education, culture and people-to-people ties. The two leaders also discussed the pressing global challenges, including situation in West Asia and the Russia-Ukraine conflict. In a demonstration of deep trust and strength that prevails in our bilateral partnership, the two leaders decided to elevate the India-Italy strategic partnership to the level of special strategic partnership. A number of key bilateral agreements and MOUs were exchanged in areas of defense, critical technologies, science and technology, research, connectivity, agriculture, traditional medicine, education, culture and mobility. A comprehensive list of the agreements as well as the announcements has been shared, will be shared immediately after this media briefing. The same would also be available on MEA website. Subsequently, during the lunch hosted by Prime Minister Meloni, both leaders interacted with the select Indian and Italian industry leaders representing sectors such as automobiles, energy, infrastructure, shipping and logistics, IT, digital, aerospace and defense, agriculture and food supply chain. Prime Minister also visited the headquarters of the United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization. Prime Minister's visit to FAO is the first by an Indian head of government in the last 30 years. This visit has been substantive, truly reflecting the special strategic partnership between the two countries. I will now summarize the key outcomes of the visit. Trade and investment was an important focus. The bilateral trade and economic ties have got further boost by the conclusion of the India-EU FTA negotiations earlier this year. Both sides have now set a target of increasing bilateral trade to Euro 20 billion by 2029 and encourage the private sectors to forge partnerships and invest for building resilient supply chains. Both sides adopted defense industrial roadmap, which will pave the way for further defense industrial cooperation, technology partnership, design and co-production of defense equipment, particularly creating new opportunities in aerospace systems, naval platforms, and next-generation defense technologies. Both leaders strongly condemned terrorism and violent extremism in all its forms and manifestations, including cross-border terrorism. They welcomed the progress made on implementation of joint initiative to counter financing of terrorism adopted by both leaders in November 2025. Our bilateral cooperation in technology and innovation has also deepened. Signing of an MOU on cooperation in critical minerals and the decision to set up an innovation center in India were the key outcomes in this domain. Connectivity and cooperation in maritime transport and ports and logistics were also discussed. Both sides signed an MOU for cooperation in maritime transport and ports. The discussions are also progressing on setting up a virtual trade corridor. The leaders also agreed to working together for early implementation of IMEC. Significant initiatives were taken to strengthen culture, education, and people-to-people ties. To further strengthen cultural relations and promote two-way tourism, both leaders announced the celebration of 2027 as the Year of Culture between India and Italy. The MOU for Italy's cooperation on development of National Maritime Heritage Complex at Lothal, Gujarat, was also signed. Both sides are working on twinning program between UNESCO World Heritage Sites in our two countries. Prime Minister invited Italy to participate in WAVE Summit scheduled in India this year. The JDA on facilitation of mobility of nurses from India to Italy was among the key outcomes of the visits, which will facilitate smoother movement of Indian healthcare professionals to Italy. Indo-Italian roadmap on higher education and research was also signed, besides agreements on science and technology and research cooperation. During his visit to FAO, the Prime Minister was conferred with the Agricola Award by Director General of FAO in recognition of his exceptional contribution through his leadership and efforts to address food security, sustainable agriculture, and rural development in India as well as at the global level. Prime Minister dedicated the award to our farmers, agriculture scientists of India, and those who are associated with farming, agriculture, and fisheries. We would be very happy now to take questions. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Before we open the floor for some questions, let me also give you a snapshot of Prime Minister's business engagements on all the 5 countries that he visited. It has been obviously a very successful visit to these 5 countries and a very impactful India-Nordic summit. Prime Minister, during his business engagements in the 5 countries, met over 50 CEOs of large global companies. A large number of these companies are already invested in India. They are present in India, and their cumulative investment and business exposure to India stands around $180 billion US. They are also making new investments in the country to take advantage of India's growth story. Several of their projects are in pipeline, including in the areas of semiconductors, logistics, green infrastructure, technology, and other such verticals. You already informed about the announcement that UAE made of fresh investments of US $5 billion in the Indian market. I would also like to inform you that the estimated fresh commitments by the companies that the Prime Minister met, global companies, global majors, their fresh commitments, their business expansion and business plans of these companies in India stands around US dollars 40 billion. So that gives you a sense of how successfully the visits to these 5 countries in terms of strengthening our economic relations with all of them, as also adding value to the Indian growth story stands. With that, now I open the floor for some questions. Please.
Hi sir, I'm Ravi from INS. I would like to ask on the 2 things. One is IMEC and another is defense sector, which you mentioned, Mr. Ambassador sir. Do you have any roadmap and how these sectors are going to flourish in India?
Hi sir, Akshay Dongre from DD News. Sir, my question is also about IMAC, but slightly different one. Amid the present geopolitical turmoil that we are witnessing, what is the roadmap ahead discussed by the 2 countries?
Okay.
Roadmap for what?
IMEC.
Again, IMEC related.
So we can take these questions and we'll come back for more.
Yeah. Before I start, let me also mention that Honorable Prime Minister has invited Prime Minister of Italy, Madam Meloni, to visit India at the earliest convenience. The visit has been accepted. We look forward to her early visit to India. Now, on the first question on IMEC, you know how important the project is. The 2 Prime Ministers reaffirmed their commitment to cooperate on the IMEC corridor project, recognizing the transformational potential in reshaping and promoting global trade, connectivity, and prosperity. Appreciating the preliminary discussions around the project, they encouraged the first IMEC ministerial meeting to take concrete steps for advancing this initiative in 2026. So discussions are going on, work is in progress, and we will definitely keep you updated. Second, on the defense partnership, there is a growing interaction in defense sector with increased service-to-service exchanges and port calls by respective naval ships. Both sides signed the joint declaration of intent and an industrial roadmap for promotion of defense industrial cooperation and technology partnership, design and co-production of defense equipment. India's ongoing efforts to strengthen self-reliance in defense manufacturing will create new opportunities for collaboration with the Italian industry, particularly in aerospace systems, naval platforms, and next-generation defense technologies. Italy is also one of the key partners in India-EU Defense and Security Partnership that we signed in January this year. As you might be aware, that the Adani Defense and Aerospace Limited and Italy's Leonardo SPA has announced the partnership for procurement and indigenization of helicopters and MRO and pilot training. Indian Navy is securing Black Shark torpedoes from Pinsantries WAS. Leonardo is discussing a proposal for a JV with BHEL for enhancing supply of super rapid gun mount and local production in India. These are some of the ongoing developments in our defense engagement. But the roadmap which was signed would pave the way for further closer collaboration and engagement between the defense sectors, including the private sector in our engagement. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Any further questions?
Okay. If we do not have any further questions, then we thank you for your presence. This press briefing comes to an end. Thank you very much.
Thank you.